This is the beautiful state of Kerala, and that there is the new electric Tata Punch. Prices are down by as much as 1.85 lakh rupees. There's a battery as a service scheme too, larger battery packs, more powerful motors, and fresher look too. So let's dive straight in. So now at the front, as you can see, they've kind of tidied up the entire bumper. Gone is that connected black portion, and it's just a nicely curved body colored section. Also, what's missing now is that connected DRL. So you've got separate DRLs at the two end, and the light bar that was here, that's been deleted. And down here, this has been restyled. Also, the color has been changed to a light grey. And this light grey color theme is what Tata have kept all through the car. So if you move around here to the side, you'll notice here the cladding over the wheels, and down the side too is now light grey. And that, along with the new design on the alloy wheels, is really the only change at the side. The rest of the sides remain the same as with the Punch before. So, you've got that nice little shoulder line here. You've got the hidden door handles up here at the rear. And of course, if you move over to the rear, you'll notice there is now a bigger change. Earlier, you had the two separate tail lights. What they've done here is connected it by a DRL. So while on the front you have deleted the connected DRLs, at the rear Tata have done a connected unit. The bumper is lightly restyled and gets the same light grey shade as with the rest of the car's cladding. That's the outside then. Let's hop inside now. Okay, so now space at the rear, as you can see, is just about sufficient. I've got a few fingers gap here to the scooped out portion, and the seat was set to my driving position. I'm 5'8" for reference. Headroom, again, about a 4 or 5 finger gap to the top. So it's just about okay. It's not really one of those really spacious cars. That said, if you are seated two up, like for 4 passengers, it would be just fine. 5 would be a pinch. In fact, let's just try that out, and I'll call my colleagues over in. Okay, so that's Lenny and Siddhesh, and as you can see, 3 I would have to move forward for shoulder room. It's a little tight. This is a small car, as we were saying, but 2 up you should be just fine. Okay, so wrapping up the report on space, let's take a look at the boot. It's a 366 litre boot as before, and for reference, as you can see, we've got 4 cabin bags in there. You can easily get 4 cabin bags inside, or perhaps just 1 large suitcase. And if you do want to extend the space, of course, you can fold the entire backrest down. It's the entire one, it's not a 60-40 split. Closing the boot, there's a nice little grab handle here. I really like that, so you can get a nice easy grip and then get it shut. Now inside, not really much has changed. In fact, the layout, most of the equipment, it's all the same. Really, the only visible difference is here in the dashboard. Like the outside, the switch to light grey. Here too, you'll see there's light grey plastics used. The earlier car had the black color. So it has sort of lightened up the interiors and gives it a little bit more kind of spacious, airy feeling. A smaller change, but one that feels much better than before, are the new control stalks, and there's new power window switches too. Now in terms of seat comfort, they are really nice and comfy. For me, my frame, they're just right. In fact, maybe a touch too broad, but that's fine because broader framed people will find that quite comfy too. So these bolsterings here feel quite nice, and the ones down on the side too. In terms of the seat adjustments, of course, you do have, it's a manual seat, you do have the forward, back, and a driver's height adjustment too. In terms of equipment, you've got, of course, the 10.25-inch touchscreen here, as well as the same size for the instrument panel here as well, the digital display. You've got your controls down here for the AC and heating. They're touch areas, so you do have toggle switches, thankfully, for the blower and the temperature, but the rest of it is touch areas, which really I'm not a very big fan of because you do have to take your eyes off the road to look down there. Hopefully Tata will be updating this unit and it will come across all their cars, because this is something that's common in most of their cars. Other equipment, of course, you've got a wireless phone charger here, a mat there. the drive controller here down before, and again, if you look at it, it's still just that little bit slower, although frankly they have made improvements. Earlier it was quite slow to switch from park to reverse or to drive. It is seemingly quicker now. And of course here you've got your storage like cup holders and a small little cubby hole here. Other equipment, well, there is ventilated seats, so you'll see that on your side over here. There are ventilated seats. They are quite noisy though at level 3 and level 2. Don't know if you can pick that up, but you can hear them. They're quite audible. Level 1 is where it goes down to a quiet whisper, and if you had the music system on, you won't hear that. And speaking of the music system, yeah, as of course with Tata, this is the Harman unit actually, so sounds really nice and cool. Other equipment, well, the crowd favorite, sunroof. It's a small sunroof just here in front. Now, in terms of safety equipment, what's standard is 6 airbags, electronic stability control, you've got hill descent control, you've got a 360-degree camera, which is actually quite clear and sharp, at least right now in the daylight, so happy to see that. And of course, as with all Tata cars, the new ones, Tata says it's been engineered for a 5-star crash safety rating. This new one with the new motor, with the new battery, it hasn't been crash tested as yet. Given that the previous Punch Electric was a 5-star rating, you can be quite sure this one will secure one too. Interestingly, what Tata have done, the earlier car had ambient lighting. This one does not have that. So it is one of the things they have taken away, like that connected DRL in front, to of course bring the costs down, because like I was saying earlier, on the top end the prices are down by 1.85 lakh rupees, and on the base model it's down by about 30,000 rupees. So there are significant savings for a car at this price segment. But of course the really big savings come from under the bonnet, so let's go take a look there. The big change really is under the bonnet and below the car. Now, battery sizes have gone up, and it's a different battery unit too. Earlier you had cylindrical cells, LFP cells. Now what Tata is using is prismatic cells. What has that enabled them to do? With cylindrical cells you tend to lose sort of space, there's in between the gaps. It is better in terms of containing pressure and things like that, but Tata have switched to prismatic cells and they can pack in a few more. So therefore you now have the battery capacity going up by 5 kilowatt hour on both the packs. So you've got a 30 kilowatt hour battery and you've got a 40 kilowatt hour battery. Claimed range stands at 468 kilometers for the larger battery and 365 kilometers for the smaller 30 kilowatt hour unit. And both packs have a lifetime unlimited kilometer warranty. Charging speeds are up. Both packs can accept up to 65 kilowatts, up from the earlier 50 kilowatt peak, for a claimed 10 to 80% top up in 30 minutes. A 3.3 kilowatt portable charger is included, while a 7.2 kilowatt wall charger can be installed at an additional cost to top up the Punch via its front charging port. The other big change is the motors. In fact, you have two outputs from the motor. Both the 30 kilowatt and the 40 kilowatt battery have a higher output, 7 odd horsepower more than before. So it's 88 horsepower on the smaller battery and 129 horsepower on the larger battery. The torque remains the same at 154 Newton meters in both variants, which by the way is sort of like a midpoint between the torque on the older two cars, which had somewhere around 120 and 196 Newton meters. So Tata says they've done that in the interest of course, preserving range, and they feel 154 Newton meters is a good enough sort of power for this car. Now, the other big change, and which has helped bring down the price, is really Tata switching to this 6-in-1, as they call, compact unit. As you can see, there's a hell of a lot of space down there. it's gone down by about 50%. So earlier, what Tata Motors and many other EV brands in India were doing, they were using a 3-in-1 unit, so which had basically the motor, the gearbox and the inverter combined into one unit. And you had, of course, the power control unit, the DC to DC converter and things like that separate. Tata have combined all of those 6 units now, the main units and the sub-units into one. What that does is, of course, space packaging there, but it also helps with reliability because you've got fewer cabling all around. In fact, Tata says there's a huge reduction in the number of semiconductors that they need. So really, that translates to cost savings, reliability, and of course, space packaging too. With that space packaging though, Tata haven't really increased the size of the frunk, and I thought perhaps they would have gone deeper still, but that's not the case. It is still a smaller unit here. Handy though, but yeah, it's not any larger. Time to get driving now. We've got today the 129 horsepower version. It comes with 3 driving modes and it does pack in a punch. Sport mode, of course, is quick. Put your foot down like this and, off you'll go very, very rapidly. It doesn't have that initial absolute bite. There's a slower, gentle roll on just for about half a second or so, and then it's a steady, constant build-up of pace. Tata claims a sub 9-second time for the 0 to 100 km/h dash, and in our preliminary testing, we clocked it at 9.1 seconds. Now, off-the-line responses like this, when you're getting off at a traffic light, it's quite gentle, and frankly, I think that's just perfect for a car like this. It doesn't have that hair trigger response that you do associate with many EVs. Now, Tata have said they've done that in a bid to just extend range, because what happens when you dump all of that power, you use up a lot of the charge in your battery for that half a second or so of that initial burst. So they feel that that's the correct approach for a car like this. Now, you do have drive modes, of course, eco, normal and sport. So you could argue that perhaps for the sport mode, they could have left that really quick hair trigger response, but they haven't. And that's fine by me in a car like this. What it means is it's always very drivable and still quite good fun. Eco mode 2 isn't really something like you'll only use when you want to eke out every last drop of the battery if you're low on range. You can actually drive around in regular traffic like this just fine. Now, even overtaking in eco mode is quite easy. You put your foot down like this, and as you'll see, you'll get by quite smartly. So it is very usable in everyday scenarios. In terms of braking, the pedal feels a bit mushy, but retardation like this is just fine. And this is with the rear disc now replaced by drums, done for a technical reason rather than only cost. Thanks to motor brake regeneration, and EV's rear friction brakes rarely come into play, and so discs can bind or get noisy. Drum brakes though do not stick as easily, and that's why some EVs prefer them at the rear. There are 3 levels of brake regeneration and one where you can turn it completely off. Level 1 and 2 feel very similar to an internal combustion engine, so that natural kind of retardation. Level 1 I think would be the closest. Level 3 is the strongest level of retardation, handy when you're coming down slopes, but it isn't one pedal driving mode, so it will bring the car down to a very, very low speed, about 8 km/h, where it will then just carry on creeping forward at that speed. And of course, regen levels can be changed via the steering wheel paddle shifters. Ride quality on the Punch EV was really excellent, and that was because when Tata Motors electrified the Punch, they really strengthened the entire monocoque thanks to having the battery down below and the extra weight of that battery. And what that did was it gave a torsional stiffer body, a body that had higher torsional stiffness, and it allowed Tata to go sort of softer on the dampers. So they had firmer springs to take care of the weight, but they went softer on the dampers, and that had actually a very good effect on the ride quality of the Punch EV, and that has stayed the same with this new Punch electric as well. For example, like that, there was a small little pothole there on the road. It just soaked that up, and it does it in a very mature manner, very much like a larger segment car. Even here through broken roads and these potholes, yeah, it's just remarkable. The ride is really good. In terms of handling, it's really nice and fun. There is body roll if you push it really hard, of course, but you drive sensibly or even in a slightly spirited manner like this. And you know, there's just a very nice feel from the car. The steering, there's a good amount of weight and it doesn't really lean. Like I said, it's only when you push really hard, it's when it leans over. So that there is the new electric Punch. Its predecessor was a car we rated very highly, and this update has taken things forward really nicely. Yes, space at the rear remains tight, but in every other way, the new car is fantastic. The car looks very handsome and has a genuine SUV flair to it. It's very well equipped, and in our day with it, we didn't have a single software issue at all. Hopefully, this will be the case going forward. Then there's the ride. As before, it's brilliant and soaks up everything the road can throw at it, while still maintaining good body composure. Battery sizes are up, providing extra range, and there's more power from the motors too. And all of this at lower prices. Who can argue with that? As before then, the electric Punch isn't just the best expression of the Tata Punch, it's arguably the best expression of what a city EV should be like.